morning, episode 10, Strength, the metabolic organ of longevity. You can eat clean, fix your insulin resistance and hit your protein targets. But if you don't build strength, your metabolism never reaches its full potential. Muscle is your body's most powerful metabolic organ. It's where the glucose is burned, where the insulin sensitivity lives, and where healthy aging begins. When you lift, push, pull, or squat, you're not just building muscle, you're engineering a stronger metabolism. You're creating a glucose sink that stabilizes blood sugar, burns fat, and fuels longevity. That's why strength training is medicine for women and men. And let's be clear, this isn't bodybuilding. You don't need to bulk, you don't need to live in a gym. You're training for function, for life. Even 2 to 3 short sessions a week, sometimes using your own body weight, resistance bands, or dumbbells can completely change your metabolic trajectory. Because as we age, we don't just lose balance, we lose strength. And when strength goes, independence follows as well. Dr. Peter Attia calls this training for the centenarian decathlon. He reminds us how the best predictor of how long and how well we live isn't your cholesterol, isn't your weight, it's your strength. Grip strength alone predicts longevity better than almost any other lab test. If you can maintain your grip, your legs, and your core, you can protect your independence. By your 40s or 50s, aim for this. As a woman, be able to hang from a bar for about 90 seconds and around 2 minutes for a man. That's what it takes to stay functional at 80 or 85, to still be able to open a jar, climb stairs, and live freely. And just remember, soreness doesn't mean success. Being wrecked the next day doesn't prove progress. It just means you caused tissue damage. What matters most is training close to fatigue, where the last couple of reps are tough but still controlled. That's where the strength adaptations happen. For pure strength, work in the 4 to 8 repetition range with good form and recovery. High rep sets where you're chasing 50-60 reps, where you think you're chasing burn, is actually bodybuilding. We don't need bodybuilding. We are training for function, longevity, and metabolic health. Now let's talk about pain, because this is where most people give up before they start. Many people live with generalized soreness, back pain, knee pain, and assume, quite wrongly, that strength training will make it worse. In reality, that chronic soreness, that achiness in your back, hip, or limbs is often a sign of your weakness and obviously metabolic dysfunction. It's not a sign of overuse. When you start eating right and start building muscle, you'll notice something remarkable. Those long-standing musculoskeletal pains start to disappear. Guys, you don't get out of pain by avoiding movement. You get out of pain by moving through it safely and rebuilding the scaffolding around your joints. Your muscles are your shock absorbers that protect your joint. When you strengthen them, they stabilize your knees, your hips, and your spine. You can't sit on a couch and expect osteoarthritic pain to go away. You have to build strength into the muscles around those joints, and that's when the pain starts to settle. Movement heals, strength protects, and stillness stiffens. So if you're struggling with pain, start slow, move gently, but start somewhere. Because every small step rewires your metabolism and your muscle memory for healing. Now let's zoom out and just take a moment. You're not training for today's mirror, you're training for the next decade. As one of the famous nutritionists, Dr. James D. Nicolantonio says, you don't just train for today, you train for 10 years from now. So your kids don't see you as fragile, so you don't feel like a burden, so your mind stays sharp and your body keeps up. That's the real flex. That's the heart of it. You're building the reserve that keeps you capable, confident, and independent for life. Combine strength training with good protein and restorative sleep. That's your metabolic trifecta: food, muscle, and sleep. Strength isn't optional. It is the foundation that holds everything together. Longevity isn't about how long you live. It's about how strong you feel and how pain-free you move and how much of your life you can still hold on to in your own hands. Thank you very much for watching this episode of FSD Doctor Talks. It's been quite a dull day outside. It started raining. The car's handling everything beautifully. Watch for more episodes coming. The next topics I'd like to talk about are on stress and stress response, and also about kinds of strength training, and then delving a little bit more into sleep. Please ask questions, put comments in, and please give ideas for more videos. Thank you very much.